Hey, what's going on, guys? Shane here with Vince the Anomaly.
What's up, guys?
And today we're going to look at an MMA drill that's going to help you activate the beast mode. In the last 30 seconds of a fight, when you want to get that finish, or you at least want to win in the judge's eyes and secure the round, we're looking at the finisher drill.
Yep, exactly, the finisher drill. So easy one to work, you and a partner, only takes 5 minutes for each person. Let's check it out. Last 30 seconds of a fight and you hear your coach yell that out, you're down on the scorecards and you need that finish. We need a drill that will help us practice kind of that killer instinct here at the end of the fight. Now you can have that killer instinct in two ways. One, kind of going berserker mode on the feet and just swinging Hail Marys, or two, getting the opponent down and going for that finish. So hunting for that submission really fast, hunting for that dominant position where we can work our ground and pound and get that finishing TKO there from the ref. For this particular drill, this finisher drill, we're only working mainly the ground stuff. So we're not going to be talking too much about that stand-up. We can cover that a different time. But for this drill, we're going to start, one person's going to be on offense straight for 5 minutes. The other person's going to be the more defensive one. And the person on defense is just going to go about 50%, okay? So they're going to give us some resistance. They're not just going to let you easily pass your guard, take you down, things like that. But they're going to give you a little bit of work so that you have to get to those dominant positions. And my goal as the person on the offense is to make sure that I'm working from a dominant position to a more dominant position to a more dominant position. So I either end up in that big mount position where I can throw some large blows, I get to that knee on belly and I'm landing big strikes, or I'm working to get my arm bar, I'm getting my rear naked chokes. But basically the drill is going to look like this here, all right? So we're going to start standing up, and we can be throwing just nice and light, and then I'm going to shoot and hit my takedown. And once I have Shane down on the ground here, I want to think of it like put it on a 30-second clock in my head, like I need to get it finished in 30 seconds. So I'm going to be working my ass off to get my way up to those dominant positions and get that finish.
Wish you all the best, Vince. Good luck.
So we start here. My 5 minute starts right now. Shane lets me get that takedown. And now we start working, all right? Exactly. Shane's giving me about 50% resistance. I need to get around this guard. I'm getting to a dominant position. There's my tap. And then we start again. So we keep going for this whole 5 minutes. One more time we go through. Start with my strikes. Get my takedown. And then again, working for that finish, guys, as fast as we can. See what the opponent gives you. And we take it. All right?
Took one arm, then the other.
So this time I got 2 arm bars because I was working my way up, right? I was trying to get to a more dominant position each time. Trying to get around your guard. Trying to use strikes to get around your guard. Getting to that knee on belly where I could rain down some blows. Forces you to react. Every time, you guys are going to need to push off, turn in, to figure something out.
Give you a limb to grab.
Yeah. If you're staying there, you're going to get TKO'd, right?
Right.
So again, that's good for me. Get to those dominant positions, knee on belly, rain down those blows, forces him to open up so I can take my mount. I can take the arm.
One thing I wanted to mention real quick, guys, Vince mentioned throwing big blows, and even though there wasn't really any power. I wasn't getting my head rocked or anything like that. So go through the motions of throwing these big shots, but don't actually kill your partner when doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. That would hurt. So I didn't explain that in the beginning. Although he is giving me like about 50-60% resistance, I'm trying to go really fast. And I'm throwing these strikes. I'm exaggerating those blows, but I'm not hitting you. I'm not following through. I'm not actually hitting Shane really hard. I can be hitting him like that. That's fine, right? We're training MMA. That stuff is fine. But be very careful, especially throwing the elbows and things. But also, as we're talking about exaggeration, when we're in a fight too, sometimes those exaggerated blows will let the ref know, like, hey, those are some big strikes. Maybe I need to step in. So if you are losing a fight and you need that big finish, you get to one of those dominant positions where you can throw a bunch of strikes. Throw some of those big ones in. Even if they're blocking them, these look like they're hurting a lot, even if they're just hitting the guy's hands.
Right.
So sometimes you can kind of play with what the referee sees too, and add that into how you're going to get your finish.
I like this drill, especially it being 5 minutes long, because you're going to be tired, and we've only done 2 rounds of it, about a minute maybe, and you can see how much we're out of breath and we're sweating. When you're at the end of the fight, you're going to want to just coast. So is your opponent. But if you can just muster up that little bit of energy, a little bit more, sprint a little bit harder, and get that finish, this is a great drill to really teach that killer instinct at the end.
Again, it's all about creating that urgency. So very important to do these drills in training so that you know you can kind of flip that switch when you need to. Ideally, yeah, you'd like to come out and just run through the other guy, but you know, that doesn't always work out like that. So we got to make sure that if we do need that, we still have it in our gas tank, and we still know how to do it. We still know what to do. We still know what we're looking for. So if you guys are, you know, more inclined to grapple and stuff, or even if you're not, if you need to finish that fight on the ground, if you're losing a fight and you need to finish on the ground, this is a perfect drill for you. So there it is, guys, the finisher drill. Be sure that when you feel like that clock is running out, when you're down to the last 5 seconds, if Shane's arm or Shane's leg or Shane's neck is up, I need to just go for it. Okay, so sometimes it may not be the perfect setup to find a submission, but if you're going to lose the fight anyways, you got to just go for it. So while you're doing this drill, you know, kind of count down in your head to that 30 seconds. Oh, this is about time. I need to go for something. If I'm not in a dominant position where I'm counting them out, go for that submission.
Guys, if you haven't already, Vince has been dropping some gold for the past over a year now on fightTIPS. Please follow him. That's the best currency. That's the best way of paying him back. Follow him on Instagram. Links in the description below. And drop him a comment. Let him know that you appreciate the content that he shares with you all. But until then, be sure to subscribe. Get the fightTIPS before your opponent does. I'm Shane.
Vince the Anomaly.
fightTIPS for the underdogs.